Let us continue the discussion of the problems given in the assignment. Again, this is the given. So these are the target structures, and the objective is to provide the starting material for these target structures. Okay, so we will start with this one. Okay, so this ring contains 7 carbons. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is a cycloheptane ring. And this one is a 5-membered ring. Now let us okay, this portion here is similar to this one. Gamma lactone. Now let us recall that lactone is a, an ester. Okay, an ester can be formed from carboxylic acid and alcohol. This is a reversible reaction. This is your ester. Okay, or you can start with carboxylic acid and convert it first to acid chloride. And with reaction of alcohol, you will also form an ester. Okay, so this is an example at the bottom. The formation of methyl benzoate from benzoic acid and methanol. Okay, so this is conversion into ester, starting with acid halide and alcohol, you have an ester. So this is the example, benzoyl chloride with ethyl alcohol. The ester that is formed is ethyl benzoate. So how do we apply these mechanisms to the problem in the formation of lactone? Okay. So para merong ring structure, the carboxylic acid group and the hydroxyl group should come from the same molecule para mag-form sila ng ring, like this one. Okay, this is a reversible reaction. You can start with gamma hydroxybutyric acid. Removal of water, kasi papunta tayo sa kaliwa. Removal of water will form a lactone called gamma butyryl lactone. This one is another cyclization reaction involving cyclohexane. Okay? And again, there is a lactone. Now, for our target structure, di ba, merong 7-membered ring structure. Para maka-form ka nung lactone, you will need a carboxylic acid and an OH. So that when this portion here forms, when water is removed, there will be an ester bond formation. And it is a cyclic ester and therefore a lactone. Or pwede rin, so this is reaction between carboxylic acid and alcohol group. Or pwede rin, as we recall, pwede rin na magkaroon ng reaction ang acid halide and alcohol. It will also give you an ester. So pwedeng dalawang starting material, ito, from carboxylic acid group and alcohol group, or pwedeng from acid halide and alcohol. Pwede kang makaform ng lactone or ester, cyclic ester. Okay, proceed tayo dito. Just like the lactone, lactam naman, cyclic. Lactam is a cyclic amide. Okay. Now, let us recall the synthesis of amide. It comes from acid halide and an amine, and this is the amide. Again, since it is a ring structure, the amine group and the acid group, acid halide group, should come from the same structure para mag-form ng ring. Should come from the same compound. Ito should come from the same compound or molecule para maka-form ng ring. Proceed tayo. Okay? So, if you have this, how many carbons are there? 5 carbon and an amine. If this amino group attacks the carbonyl carbon, you will form a ring. And in the same manner, with heating an acid halide, you will form this uh, lactam structure. So, if our target structure is this one, then this is going to be our starting material. You have here the amine group and the acid halide group, so that when it forms an amide bond, you will have a lactam. Okay, so take note, yung nitrogen dito, meron pa siyang line na yan, meaning it contains a methyl group. So, magkakaroon ng bond dito. Next, dito. Okay. This is how a structure consisting of 6 carbons. This is a dicarboxylic acid. Now, let us recall that to produce a dicarboxylic acid, you can start with an anhydride. When you have an anhydride and this is reacted with water, you will form 2 carboxylic acid. In this case, this is acetic anhydride. And with water, you form 2 molecules of acetic acid. Now, if it is a cyclic anhydride, like this one, the carboxylic acid and the other carboxylic acid comes from the same molecule. Now, since this is a 6 carbon structure, yung starting carboxylic acid mo should, or anhydride, should look like this. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. So that with hydrolysis, there will be opening of the ring structure. Ito yung magiging product, which is similar to this one. Now, let us remember that this structure, this is a hexane dioic, 1,6-dioic acid. It can also be written like this. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dioic acid, 1,6 dioic acid. So, ito, structure na to at ito are equivalent. Now, we have to remember how do we produce carboxylic acid? We can also produce carboxylic acid from oxidation of primary alcohol, like this one. Okay, so oxidizing agent is potassium permanganate. So if you have a 1,6-diol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 1,6-diol, reaction with potassium permanganate or oxidation with potassium permanganate will also give you a dioic acid, hexane dioic acid. Ito rin yun. So this is going to be your starting material, a diol. You can start with a diol or an anhydride to form this target structure. Okay, so the last structure is an amide. Okay, now let us recall that to produce an amide, you need an acid halide and an amine. Now, okay, so ito yung iyong amine group and you need an acid halide. So your acid halide should contain dalawang carbons. Ito, 1, 1, 2. So this can be your acid halide. Dalawang carbons yan. This is your amine group. And the formation of amide will involve this bond. So ito will be replaced by this. So magiging NH yan. NH. Cl will be removed. You will have as the other product dito HX, HCl.